In the past few days, we've been in the processes of laying her remains to rest. She died on the 6th of June, 2019. And want to thank God for a life well lived. Though you always hope that people that play such crucial roles in your life should stay longer and reap the fruit of their labor. But we can only submit to the will of God, that God, whom she served all the days of her life, has called her home.
We've been here since Tuesday to put my mother to rest. And then we thank God all went well. My mother, late Lady Mrs. Irene Onyemekara, is a fearless woman, dedicated to God. She raised all of us in the fear of God. One thing I learned from her is that she will never stop at anything until she reaches where she wants to go to.
But Ma is one person that she can give you 1 million and nobody will hear of it. You can tell her a secret, nobody will hear about it. She's one person that doesn't want a separated family. No matter what happens, she tries as much as possible through tough times to tell you to hang on there.
My very first encounter with her was like, that of a teacher that would not take any rubbish from anybody. My first encounter was the day my husband went to introduce me to her. I wouldn't forget. As soon as I got into the room where she sat, she went and said, "Who are you? Who is your father? Who is your mother? Where are you from?" All the questions at the same time. Well, my husband already told me, gave me a hint that you might meet, that you might be scrutinized, if I may use that word.
Ma is firm, spiritual, generous, large-hearted. If you understand her initially, she can enter you in a way you may not like. But if you pipe down, you will enjoy her. I could go on and on about her. Her love for my children, she gave them special names, as I wrote in the tribute. 4 of them had very special names. She didn't even want to know whether I gave them names. That's not her business. So my children referred to themselves as those names that she gave them.
My mother, in our growing days, was a very strict and committed person to her family. When we were growing up, she was more or less like our shelter from my father's cane, as it were. But one thing stood out for her: she was committed to us as his children, made sure that we, at our young age, took a decision to follow Jesus. And that has been what has led us to where we are today.
She has left a great legacy, because in all our homes, we all have that standard of ensuring that we raise our children in a godly way and in a godly manner. And that will continue to hold, and that will continue to be something. Thank you.
She does not like lateness. Punctuality is her word. When my child started school, sometimes they won't come to pick him on time, and she'll be shouting, "This boy has to go to school." A little boy of like 3 months old. One other thing Ma taught me was, I will never forget, when that period was how to take care of myself when I'm nursing, because my son will always wake up in the night to demand for food. Ma told me that you can't cope like this, that I want to teach you one thing, that children, it's better if you can give a child food by 11 o'clock. you realize that that child will not wake up in the middle of the night to disturb you. So the first day I tried it, it worked. I gave my child food by that 11 o'clock and the child did not wake up by 2 to eat. I slept peacefully. And I tell, from that time, I share it with my friends. My child used to cry in the night. So I said, just time it, give the child food around 10, 11, that child will not wake up. And most of them are testifying.
A very interesting woman. You get to come close to her to really understand her. From a distance, she is a very difficult person. But if you get closer to her, you understand some of her characters, then you'll be able to live with her peacefully.
She's a very straightforward woman. She was a very straightforward woman. Perhaps difficult to understand at the first instance, but at the initial time, with time, when you get to understand her, you get to know that she's actually a very straightforward woman.
Well, my relationship with my grandma there's a lot of things that I can't remember, but there was one particular thing and situation that we always used to like get along well with, which was the fact that I am a left-handed person, and then she really wanted me to start using my right hand a lot, but it was quite difficult for me. Each time she saw me and I was always focused on the left, she would always want to correct me to use it to the right, no matter what. There were case scenarios, instances where I can remember clearly I was at the wedding and all that, and then she saw me and then she actually corrected me in front of everyone, and I just laughed about it and all that. But these kind of things is always, you can't always easily forget them. So even right from when we were little kids, she would always talk to us about how my father, my dad here, she would always tell him to go for scripture union, all those meetings and all that. And then she would always give us stories, and then she would always tell me to use my dad as an example. And then I should always make sure that I find the attitude and the habit of having a close and personal relationship with God, and I need God. And that was basically most of the time, like, she would always tell me that. And
she was just wonderful. She could shout, she could just roll, she could just be herself. She doesn't hide the truth. She would tell you the way it is. She would tell you the way it is in her heart. But behind that, like I said, there's a soft heart. And she would just tell you what she doesn't like, no matter who you are. She will walk up to you and tell you, you see this thing, you see that thing, that it is very bad. I don't know what people say that when news come today, it was sure, but it was like, because she just died peacefully. The transition was calm. She died this death I want in my old age to die. And she just passed from sleep to death to meet her God. We'll meet her one day, someday in the air. Our prayer is that we will grow old like her and even surprise her. Mama, your people will miss you. Chidima will miss you more. Thank you.
This is a very important aspect of their lives. And I wish that marriages of today can pick up some things from there. Let me give you the background. My father had to leave for university education and left her alone with myself and my immediate younger brother. But she stuck with that relationship. My dad cannot really take a decision independently because she has a way of seeing the other side. So they complemented themselves. If my father is someone that will be reserved, but my mom will say their mind. So we used to say that my dad will speak inside, my mother will fight outside. So, and they stuck together till the last day. So I thank God for that. It was a relationship that was stable, survived many storms, and I wish we have the capacity to do what they have done through thick and thin. That's the summary of their relationship. As I close, I want to thank the media crew that cover this event. The name again is New FX. When I mean New FX, I mean NUFX, as in X-ray. Thank them very much. It was a professional job. I'm not flattering them. So I pray that if you have events like that, please use your Google and find out. You're going to find where they are. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.